Hey everybody, Michael here. Today I will talk about the difference between judgment and assessment. So, as we journey onward, we are given all of these experiences. What happens is we do use our judgment, and typically we judge something as being either good or bad. It's a starting point. And if we determine that something is good, that's when we feel that we are deserving to be feeling things like happiness and joy. If we view something as bad, then more often than not, what happens is we decide whether or not we're going to deserve to be punished, in which case we will engage in that activity and do so until we feel that we have been punished enough. Now, the judgments, regardless of what we label them, are the starting points to understand something. If we determine, however, that something is bad and that we're not supposed to experience it, that is okay too. However, if the judgment is that, oh, well, that person is XYZ and, I find that person to be disgusting or whatever, we're judging the experience in a way that we feel that we're not supposed to experience it and that it's not meant for us. When the truth is, everything that has ever been placed in front of you is meant for you to experience, at least to a certain degree. That doesn't mean that you are supposed to be abused if that person is an abuser. You can very quickly determine if that person, place, or thing is going to allow for you to become more aware, or is it going to allow you to remain at the level of awareness that you are currently being. And in some cases, will it decrease your oscillating rate of frequency? So all of these are possibilities, and you can very quickly determine what's happening based on how you feel. So if you can take any of the experiences that come your way and be less judgmental and more accepting that it is possibly something for you to learn from, then you can take that experience on from a different perspective. And we can always use our feelings as our guides. Now, the one thing that will prevent us from disbanding a belief or dispelling a previously held thought form is fear. So when we have these levels of disgust or disdain, what we're doing is we're not allowing ourselves to see the beauty within that person. So again, the judgment, especially the harsh judgments, is when we're deciding that that person does not possess any level of truth. So, everything that you've experienced, every person you've encountered, every place that you've been to, every thought that has crossed your mind, every feeling that you have felt, everything that you've seen, heard, smelled, tasted, or touched was meant for you, especially for you, to help you become who and what you are right now. So, we can assess things from a non-judgmental space by examining the data, using all 5 of your senses to begin with, and then using your conscience to filter out the truth. If you accept that all forms of energy are coming from God, then that is when you use your faith to overcome any fear that might arise. Fear is only a barrier, a prevention of acceptance of truth. So, whenever you feel anything other than peaceful, it's simply a reminder to become present. If you ignore any of those levels of friction, they will grow into irritations, frustrations, anger, and pain. Depending on your level of tolerance of pain will determine how long you remain attached to that thought form. So, it's natural to judge, but it's also unnecessary, especially when you judge things harshly, because you ultimately will bring that form of energy back towards yourself. So I like to start at a very peaceful place at every moment of awareness and accept whatever form of energy comes my way. If I find myself getting angry, which happens, or frustrated, then I can step back and realize that the anger is really a misunderstanding, and I'm being angry with myself, and then become present again. And I remember who and what I am and why I'm here. So, as you learn to become more aware, allow yourself to be continuously forgiven and re-forgiven as you remember who and what you are and why you are here. You are not striving for perfection. What you can strive for is to simply become more aware. Do so without any expectations, and you will become more aware. And there will also be times where you remain at the level of awareness that you are currently being, which is how life works. If we could instantly become absolutely aware, we'd snap our fingers like Thanos and make it happen. But instead, we are given the miracle of life and gifted with free will to perceive everything however we choose. So that is the message for the day. I love you and appreciate you listening. Peace.